Hey, first grade, welcome back to another week. We are very excited to get started with math again. You guys have been doing an excellent job crushing this place value section that we're learning, and we hope to continue it today. I want you guys to repeat our I can statement after I write it on the board, so just give me a few seconds. Repeat after me. I can identify a number using tens and ones. Awesome. So last week we were focusing on our tens. We were drawing our tens and getting into practice of that. And this week we're going to start to expand on that knowledge that we had last week so that we can continue using our place value and also drawing our pictures to help us with addition and subtraction sentences. So we're going to jump right into it. This week we're going to be learning some new vocabulary words. We're also going to be going over vocabulary that we learned last week. So let's take a look at our vocabulary words for this week. I want to jump right now into our critical question of our lesson. The lesson is, what kind of number has tens and ones? Is it a one-digit number or a two-digit number? Well, I'm going to draw a I'm going to write a one-digit number on the board and also a two-digit number. So I'm going to write the number 7 because that's one of my favorite numbers, and also the number 15. When we're looking at these two numbers, we have 7 and we have 15. Which one will you say is a two-digit number? 7 or 15? Let me hear you say it. If you said 15, kiss your brain. 15 is a two-digit number. How do we know what a two-digit number is? Well, if we remember, in our I can statement, we said we're going to identify a number using tens and, yes, ones. If I look at the number 7, I'm going to draw a line here to label. 7 is in my ones place or in my tens place? It is in my ones place. Do I have a number in my tens place? In the number 7, there's no number in the tens place, which lets me know that this cannot be a two-digit number, because in order to be a two-digit number, I need to have how many digits? Yes, 2 digits. 1 in the tens place and 1 in the ones place. Well, let's see if 15 follows our two-digit rule. I have what number in my, the 5 is in which place value? Yes, it's in the ones place. And my 1 is in which place value? Yes, it's in my tens place. Do I have a number that's using tens and ones? Yes, I do. So in order for us to identify numbers using tens and ones, these numbers have to be two-digit numbers. Awesome. So we're going to jump in today and we're going to start expanding on our I can statement by using examples on the board. Now that we have been able to identify what a two-digit number is, we want to dig a little deeper and start to understand why it's important to identify the place value correctly. So why do we identify numbers using tens and ones? If I was to write this number on the board, I need you guys to help me. How many tens does 43 have? Show me it with your fingers. Put it on your chest. Put it on your forehead. Put it behind your ear. Yes, 43 has 4 tens. And how many ones does it have? Awesome. It has 3 ones. If I were to draw this using my strategies from last week, I would draw 4 tens. And notice how when I draw my tens, I draw them like base 10 blocks, not just little squiggly lines. 4 tens and 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. If I count this, 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. This picture equals this number. But what if I thought, place value isn't important. I don't care. I'm going to say that this 43 has 3 tens and 4 ones. Am I correctly identifying my number using the tens and the ones? Well, let's see what happens if I make this mistake. I'm going to draw my picture again. This time I said I had 3 tens and 4 ones. Let's count that. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Is 34 the same as 43? It is not. That's why it's important for us to recognize the correct place value, because if we put the wrong number in the wrong place, then it completely changes the value or how much that number is worth. So when you're working today, make sure that you're identifying the correct numbers in their correct place value so you can have the right answer. I'm going to put some example on the boards, and I need you guys to scream out how many tens and how many ones. I'll let you know when it's your turn to participate. Let me write these numbers on the board. I have the following numbers on the board: 38, 80, and 92. I want to identify the number using tens and ones. Notice that when I identify my numbers using tens and ones, I always start off saying my tens first and then my ones. This is going to help us when we start putting this all together and adding and subtracting. So let's get started. We have the number 38. 38 has how many tens? 8 tens. Oh no, you didn't say that. You said, 3 tens. 38 has 3 tens. And how many ones? Awesome. 8 ones. I identified 38 by saying that it is 3 tens and 8 ones. What about the number 80? 80 is interesting. Don't get confused. How many tens does 80 have? Yes, 8 tens. Now, how many ones? Okay, if we're struggling, one thing that I like to do is just draw a line down the middle and label. This is my ones place, this is my tens place. I have 8 tens and 0 ones. I want to do that one more time. Remember my strategy. Put a line down the middle. It kind of looks like a T. And I'm going to write ones in the first position and tens in the second. How many tens does 92 have? Well, all I got to do is look at my tens place, scroll down and see what number's there. What number's in my tens place? Yes, the number 9. I have 9 tens. And how many ones? Yes, 2 ones. If I were to look at all of these numbers and then look at how I expanded them or how I identified them, I would see that I have the same number of tens down here that I have up here, and the same number of ones that I have down here up here. 3 tens, the number 3 is in the tens place. 8 ones, the number 8 is in the ones place. But what if we were working backwards? What does Mr. Nieves mean about backwards? What if I really, really, really wanted to challenge all my first grade friends? And I was to write something like this. Would you be able to identify what number is 6 tens and 5 ones? Do we add it and say that it's 11 tones? Is tones a place value? No, that's crazy. What I'll do is the same thing. I would look and I know that 6 tens is my first number in a 2-digit. And then I would look and see that it says 5 ones and put that there. I'll check my work by separating my ones place and my tens place and making sure it checks off. 5 ones, 5 ones, check. 6 tens, 6 tens, check. I'm going to do that one more time because I know that that was a little fast for some of our friends. I'm going to choose, what was Mr. Nieves' favorite number? Oh, that's right, 7. 7 tens. And let's go with 7 ones. I'm going to split it up. So I'm going to have my tens place and my ones place. What number goes into my ones place? The number 7. What number goes into my tens place? The number 7 again. This is the number 77. Let's swap it out again. Let's do the number 5 and the number 8. It says that I have 5 tens. Which place is my tens place? First position or 1 to the left? Yes, 1 to the left. So I'll put my 5 there, and then I'll put my 8 in my ones place. So, whether you have the number written out for you already, or you have the expanded form, as long as you plug in the number in its correct place value, you'll be able to identify what number we are talking about. When you go to do your work in Google Classroom today, if it helps you to draw out your tens and your ones to find your number, you can do that. Just remember that your tens, whatever number is here with your tens, needs to be in your tens place in your number. And whatever number is here with your ones needs to be here in your ones place. We keep our place value consistent so that we get the correct value of that number. I know you guys are going to crush it today. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to continue to build on this throughout the week. So if you need to rewind and watch this video again, go ahead and do it. Good luck today, my friends.